Now to the, did you hear about this college professor? This is classic. Smith College. Smith is that an all-women's college? Is Smith an all-women's school or not? I'm confusing it with Wellesley. I know Wellesley is. Smith College President Kathleen McCartney has apologized. Do you know what she apologized for? She apologized for saying all lives matter. She is the president of the prestigious Smith College, and she is red-faced and apologetic for telling. Yeah, I thought so. It's a women's college. She's red-faced and apologetic for telling students on campus that all lives matter. Smith is in Massachusetts, by the way. It's in Northampton, Massachusetts. Kathleen McCartney wrote the phrase "all lives matter" in the subject line of an email to students at the school, whose alumni include the feminazis Gloria Steinem and Betty Friedan, the former First Lady Nancy Reagan, and celebrity chef Julia Child. Kathleen McCartney was attempting to show support for students protesting racially charged grand jury decisions in Missouri and in New York. Protesters, as you know, have adopted several slogans in connection with the cases of the Gentle Giant and Eric Garner. And one of the slogans they're running around using and painting and wearing is Black Lives Matter. So McCartney sends out an email to the student body at Smith, and the subject matter is all lives matter, which is definitely more inclusive, wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say that all lives matter is much more inclusive than just Black Lives Matter? But this more inclusive version was seen as an insult and an affront that diminished the focus on Black Lives Matter. And a bunch of people reacted, angry emails back at the college press. So she apologized. She apologized for saying all lives matter. You remember the, well, quote-unquote controversy at Columbia Law School earlier this week, where it was learned that the dean was going to grant exemptions, postponements of final exams to any student claiming to be emotionally distraught over the grand jury decision from Ferguson and the grand jury decision of Staten Island. Remember that? The dean said, if you find yourself emotionally overwhelmed and disturbed to the point that you don't think you can concentrate on an exam, you can delay it and take it later when you are back together. Now, I went to college for one semester. The one semester that I attended university happened to be the semester, I'm pretty sure, yeah, it was, when the National Guard shot 4 protesting students at Kent State. And I can tell you that nobody, I mean, a lot of people upset about that, don't miss it, but nobody claimed they couldn't take tests. I don't know if it's unprecedented, but if it's not unprecedented, it hadn't happened very much. So the question is, why did the dean buckle? Students are out there, I can't take the test, I'm so emotionally distraught, I'm so wrung out, oh my God, I'm just a mess, I can't take the test, I can't concentrate, oh my. Okay, fine, we'll let you take a delay. And now Kathleen McCartney, okay, you don't like all lives matter? I apologize for saying all lives matter. These people are afraid too. It's not just the Republicans in the House and the Senate that are scared to death. Everybody's afraid of these lunatic leftists. The dean at Columbia Law, I would bet you the dean at Columbia Law and this college president Smith simply acceded to the demands of the angry mob so that the mob wouldn't show up near their offices and do a sit-in or protest or cause some kind of campus unrest. So it was simply let the mob have what it wants, do what it wants, get said what they want said, so that the mob doesn't get any more mob-like. So the inmates are running the asylum. Now, as to this Black Lives Matter, as to this notion that Black Lives Matter, everybody's shaking their heads at me on this. Hang on, my friends, I'm just being handed a super secret note. What is this? A final vote. Oh, Carrie Bentivoglio, Republican Michigan, changed his no vote to yes so the rule could pass. There's some Breitbart nudes. Carrie Bentivoglio, he's lame duck. Also, he's not going to be part of the Congress in January. Well, so Boehner found a guy that's leaving, retirement. I don't know if he lost or if he's just leaving, but he changed his vote. So a 213 tie, which would have been a defeat, turned into a 214 to 212 win on the procedural. Okay, so that's who it was. Now, as to the Black Lives Matter, of course they do. Black lives do matter. All lives matter. Well, that's it. Nobody said they didn't. Nobody said black lives don't matter. Who? Oh, take it. All right. Margaret Sanger has, yes, and the eugenics. Yes, you're right. But what these people think is that the grand jury in St. Louis, in Ferguson, said that black lives don't matter. And the grand jury in Staten Island said black lives don't matter. But as to this black lives don't matter, what did I see the other day? Black lives don't matter. And there's a bunch of protesters running around complaining that people think black lives don't matter. So they're wearing it in T-shirts. It's either I can't breathe or black lives don't matter. It's black lives do matter. Black lives matter. It's not black lives don't matter. That's the claim that black lives matter. That's it. Black lives matter. I was thinking about that, and I said, what did I see? Black lives matter. What I said. 78% of all abortions, New York, black, Hispanic, minority. Black lives matter. And I saw the abortion. I'm confused.